Hello and welcome. Today is our 6th day of our series of Money Fear is Real and How You Change It. Today's topic is about surviving the fear and away from and toward motivation. So these are some different distinctions, that guys to be aware of. So, for example, when you're motivated by moving away from something, like as in getting out of danger or a painful situation or something that makes you uncomfortable, you are about 10 times more motivated to get away from something. You and everybody. This is a common phenomenon. As opposed to going toward something. So this would be like you are setting a goal and I want to go, I want to help, people who have cancer feel better and heal. We are, unfortunately, this is human nature, less motivated by that than we are motivated by getting out of pain. So it's important to know that. It doesn't mean we're not motivated, we're just less motivated. So for example, if you are inside of a burning house, you're going to be pretty motivated to get outside of that house. Every part of your being is going to be focused on getting outside of that house. You're not going to be focused on where you're going to. You're just focused on what you're getting away from the burning house. So you're not going, oh, I'm going to help 500 people who have cancer get healed. You're not thinking about that when you're getting out of that burning house. So part of this goes back to also what we talked about yesterday, which is having our needs met. So once our needs are met and we are out of danger, out of the burning house or the saber-toothed tiger chasing us, then we really are more able to be motivated with a toward motivation. So we set a goal, we get excited about it, we can really get motivated and take action toward it. As opposed to why a lot of people cannot accomplish goals, whatever kind of goals they are, it's because they're stuck in some kind of a painful situation or a dangerous, at least in the mind of their amygdala situation, and they are stuck there. So you're not able to get your mind and your body and your heart out of that mode and into a mode of, oh, let's do this. Because again, all those things that are happening in your mind and your body and your heart, the eyes are dilated, you're looking for danger. It's like you're a prey animal and there's a prey, somebody's looking for you and trying to hurt you. So when you have that resolved, then you're so much better able to achieve your goals because you can actually focus on what it takes to get to those goals. Well, first of all, set them, but then get to them and then taking the action to do it. You can become unfrozen, literally. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys. If anybody has any comments, please put them in the comments for us. Welcome, Barbara Basha Luxa, which I don't know if that's Basha or if that's Kevin. Let me know who's watching, or maybe both of you are watching together. And let's see. There were some other things I wanted to talk about with you. All right. Got the burning house. Okay, so let's talk about money motivation. So money motivation is very, very interesting. So if you're motivated, if your motivation strategy is, I want this money, if you are not connected to why you want that money and what you're going to do with that money, then you're kind of lost in space. you're probably going to be stuck. You're going to be spinning your wheels. So that's why once you know your why, like your big picture why, which is, your mission, who you want to serve, what's your role in this life, what is it that you're here to do? What are you meant to do? When you really connect with that, that's when you set your goals, and I'm using goals as an example, but setting the goals dictate what you're going to do every day. So if you have a nice goal of whatever it is, helping people, then you're going to start to make the steps, take the action, make the steps, make the connections, find the resources. You are going to be moving in that direction. Whereas if you don't do that and you're just kind of orbiting around in space, like some people I've seen, unfortunately, with no direction and no purpose, even though they might have an idea of what their purpose is, they're not really connected to it. And they haven't pulled the pieces together of what is it going to take for me to fulfill that mission. So it's about taking a step of blind faith, so to speak. So once you know in your heart that this is the right thing to do, that this is where we're going, then you have assuaged your fears of the being in the fight flight mode, whatever those fears are for you, the false beliefs, the limiting decisions, the parts that are in conflict, the stuck emotions, the body holding it in. Once you get all that out, then you got a green light. All systems go. I have a green shirt on for you guys today. Green light. Then you can really be motivated by going toward something. Does that make sense? Please share with me any comments you have so far, any questions you have about what we're talking about, or maybe it can talk about anything else that's relevant for today. And then I also wanted to cover today, what are you doing? Like, what's in your daily life now? Now that we're in this unusual time, unprecedented times, at least in our lifetime, of being sequestered to the home, the physical distancing. What is it that you're doing to help you and your family? Not just to be safe, of course, that's one thing. And yes, we want to know about that too. But also, what are you doing to be moving the needle for you? Moving you forward, moving your mission forward, really getting out there and connecting with people and resources. Like for me, I've started this Facebook group. I started it 6 days ago, and I was pretty scared about that, I'll have to say. And I'd probably only done 4 or maybe 5 Facebook Lives before, and I was really concerned about being visible, being a target. What am I going to say? And are people even going to want to hear it? Like, I had all of these stories going on in my head. But in my heart, I knew that I had something, and I actually have many things, that can help people in this time of need. And so I was so compelled to get that out that I actually flipped from being an away from. And I wasn't even motivated by the way from. The way from was motivating me away from being on Facebook, not toward it. And then when I had that flip switch of, oh my God, there are people out there who need me. And why would I rob them of this opportunity and these resources and this knowledge? Why would I do that? And I couldn't come up with a good answer for that. So that became my motivation. And it was a motivation of a higher purpose also. Although I know I have a higher purpose and I work toward that in other ways, I just haven't done it in being so visible. And I'm not suggesting that you guys need to be visible. I mean, if that's what it is for you, then great. But it could be anything for you. So please share with me and the other folks on the call, what is it that you're doing now for yourself, for your people, for your family? What are you doing to stay safe? What are you doing to move the needle for you and your life? Like, what are you doing? I would love to hear that. So please share that in the comments. And then I did one other thing that was so out of my comfort zone yesterday. You guys are going to love this one. My friend Ann Bennett, she sent me a link. She said, here's a webinar for a podcasting. Steve Olsher, who's a pretty famous podcasting trainer. And it was after our last Facebook Live yesterday. And I said, I don't really want to have a podcast right now, but she said, just get on. And I'm like, okay. So I trusted my intuition. I went on, and basically what he had is 5 or 6 podcasters there who were looking for people to be on their podcasts. Now, this is something that I've wanted to do, and I've been on some podcasts, but I haven't put together a whole system for contacting them, following up, and then being on their shows. It's just kind of been where I meet people here, where I meet people there. So there was this opportunity. Steve Olsher said he's going to think of a number between 0 and 99 and type, and for us who are listening, to type a number in the chat. And if it's the number he's thinking of, he's going to pick that person to be able to pitch. So I guessed 44 and I got on. It was awesome. So at first I was a little terrified. I'm like, oh my God, I've never pitched anybody before in this way. And he had given us a little outline about the structure of how to pitch, and you have 90 seconds. And he said, hey, have you ever done this before? I said, nope. He goes, do you have any questions? I said, nope. Let's just do this thing right now. So I seized the moment is what I did. Despite some fear that I was having, I was motivated toward getting my message out there and reaching more people by getting on podcasts. So I was quite fortunate, and 4 of the podcasters invited me to be on their podcast. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm giving you some examples of things that I'm doing. Okay, and Debbie has shared with us, she's taking care of her coaching clients and supporting me. Yes, she is very much supporting me. Thank you, Debbie. You are a godsend. And making steps toward setting up her new business. So fantastic. That's how she's moving the needle. Another thing that I'm doing, just to share with you, as you guys put your comments in about what else you might be doing. Maybe some self-care. Like, what are you doing for self-care? For me, what I'm doing is I'm up here in Lodi with my mother and father. They're in their 80s, and I'm taking care of them. And it's a job. It's a big job to do, to be taking care of them and taking care of me. But one thing that we do with my dad is we go out and walk once or twice a day. We just take a nature walk. And so it's a nice way to actually really calm the nervous system. And it's also a nice way to just be, with my dad. I know not everybody can have someone they can walk with, but you could, if you were walking, you could take a phone with you and speak to someone if you wanted to, or you could be in silence and have it be a walking silent meditation. That's another option. So I'm also, what else am I doing? Oh, I'm listening to a meditation in the evening. I actually have it looping all night long so that my unconscious mind is really getting a chance to go deep and to repair itself and to stay calm. And it's working really, really well. I'm also doing this Facebook Live series that we're doing here together. That's been hugely helpful for me, just to be able to have a sense of community, to reach out, to connect with people, to serve people. It's really been, I think I'm getting as much out of it as you guys are getting out of it. Okay, so our next step is we are going to do an exercise. This is one of our practical techniques. So I just need to get over here to my list. And we are going to do, okay, this is a good one. This is called eye cupping. So I'm going to take my glasses off for this. So our eyes are neural tissue. So it's made up of nerves, other things too, but it is nerves. And it is the only external manifestation of our nervous system. The rest of it is deep inside our body, very well protected. So our eyes, having been in this fight-flight response, have been dilated, they've been tense, they've been darting, whether you've realized it or not. If you haven't been doing techniques to calm yourself, it's probably happening unconsciously. So they've been really overworking. So what I want you to do is you're going to take your hands and cup them like so, like little C cups, and you're going to place them palms on your cheeks. And so nothing is touching your eyes. See, I have a little cup here. So nothing's touching the eyes. And then the fingers are just resting on the forehead. And you want to try to make sure that your hands are in such a position that as little light as possible is coming into your eyes. Your eyes are closed. And you're just going to keep doing that. So keep doing that. Ideally, you want to do that for about 5 minutes. We'll probably do it here for about 2 or 3 minutes. But I want you to just keep doing that. And you can be sitting, you can be laying down, whatever's comfortable for you. And I want you to notice as you're cupping the eyes, how peaceful and relaxing that is. Like, you might feel your body starting to dial down and starting to relax. And places that used to be tight are now softening, opening, releasing. You might be feeling like your mind just feels clearer, like more spacious, like more thoughts can come in and thoughts can go. Like that's what we want to be. We want to be in this nice river of flow. So keep going with cupping of the eyes. Good. And then go ahead and open your eyes very slowly after you take your hands away. So take your hands away and then gently start to open your eyes. How was that for you guys? I want to know. I really, really, really want to know. How was your experience for that? Please share that with me. I would love to know that. I know we have a little delay between the time you put your comments in and I see them, but I trust that you're putting them in. And then the next exercise we're going to do is, this is a quickie. So this is, you can take your 2 fingers or 1 finger, it doesn't matter, I like to use 2, and you place them right about here on your forehead. So it's right the middle of the nose, probably about 1 inch to 2 inches in the middle of your forehead. And you can rest your elbow on a desk like I'm doing, and you want to gently push. It's a very gentle pressure in, so in this direction, and then a little bit down. Oh, good. Bosch and Kevin are saying they're feeling very peaceful. So you just want to push in a little bit and down a little bit. It's maybe like the weight of a quarter. It's very, very gentle. Whew, I'm already starting to just melt. So do this one yourself and notice how you feel by doing this. You can even check in with your breath. Notice how your breath is changing. And this is also good to relax your eyes further as well. Good. And then go ahead and take your hand away and let me know how that was for you guys. And I'm going to just give you a hot tip here. Stay away from doing it now, but some other time when you want to check. I'm not really going to do it. I'm just going to demo it. But the reverse of that, if you push in and push up, is actually agitating or energizing, as somebody might think. So if you're really like low energy, and you want to ramp it up a little bit, you push in and lift up. You can do that for 15-30 seconds, and that'll really help you. If you're agitated, not recommended, because you will get more agitated. So those are a couple of what I call body buttons that will really help you to just have some quick tools. Like if you're working, or you're with someone, or you're not with someone, you're just trying to get motivated, or you feel like you're a little nudgy, do the eye cupping. You can do the fingers on the forehead. You can do either one. You can do both. You don't have to do them together. It really doesn't matter. Welcome, Anne. So let's see if there's any other quick techniques that we want to do. We did the eye cupping. No, we're going to do that one next time. So any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus. Bonus, because I love you guys so much. This is one where if you're feeling tension in your jaws or head, you're going to take your hands like this. It's a less of a cupping than we did for the eyes. I have to take my glasses off for this. And I'll turn to the side. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus on this area here. So the jaws. You're going to focus with the palm of your hand. So the palm of your hand is going to go right on the jaws, and the fingers are going to rest on the forehead. You're going to do that on both sides. So you're going to gently press in, again, about the weight of a quarter, and then drag down. And the fingers are relaxed. They're not tense at all. There we go. And this is actually easier to do with your elbows on a desk. So I've got my elbows on the desk now. And bonus, you can cover your eyes. But you really want to get that feeling of in and down. And particularly from the sides too, you're going in this way on the jaws and in this way. So it's kind of like a double whammy. And then down. And let your jaw relax so your teeth will be separated. Kind of like that. This one is heaven. Because what we don't realize a lot of times is the tension we are holding in our jaws. Jaws are part of our intrinsic core subsystem, which I know, that's a big fancy word. But a lot of people think of the core as the six-pack, the rectus abdominis. But the core, really, the core subsystem starts at the jaws, goes down, all the way down into the pelvic floor. So you have this canister, this container. And so when you're tense, you start to clench. And the pelvic floor can tense or it can go loose, either one. It all depends on a person's patterns. But the jaws, pretty much, they're going to clench. That's why so many people need night guards, for example. It's that underlying tension that's running deep. And it's because of the fight-flight system. So it's like freezing. So when we see people in our clinic for the Lasting Pain Relief Center, we get so many people with TMJ. Oh my goodness, it is an epidemic. This is one of the techniques we have them do at home, and then I'll share some other ones another time as well. But how does that feel for you guys? Let me know. Give me the hashtag gold for any gold nuggets that you've got. Oh, here's one. Core actually extends from the jaw to the pelvic floor. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Very, very thankful for you. And anything I can do to help you, please let me know. If you have any money blocks that you would like some help with, you can reach out to me. You can also go to mymoneyblocks.com and take a quick 2-minute quiz to let you know what's happening with your money blocks. And let's see, tomorrow we are going to talk about, I'm looking on my calendar here for us, we are going to talk about resetting your money mindset from lies to truths. It's going to be a good one. And tomorrow, let me just check my calendar. Oh, hello. It's in my phone. I think it's going to be 4 o'clock. Pretty sure it's 4. And I'm going to change it to be 4 o'clock now instead of 3 o'clock because a lot of people are having challenges getting here at the 3 p.m. So I'm moving it officially to 4 p.m. So please make that note and I will put it in the Facebook for us. Thank you guys and girls. It's been a pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.